Yep. There's OJs. We're still mostly getting formed up, but there's OJs. This is Drama Lord Turnaround Lord Chef. This is GVG Coordinator Chef. In the flesh. We just started making these. Oh, bot up top. Check this shit out. Like, I didn't think that I would get anything. I'll be fine. That's pretty hot. We have downs. I'm just gonna chill like here out of these traps. I need this down. I need this down. I need this down. I need to lich here. They don't have any projectile reflex. Get all of them. Get all of them. There we go. Eric did a full review of my drama. He gave it a 5 of 10. I'll take that. That's pretty good. I think I aspire to do, like, you know, the 1 out of 10 or 2 out of 10. Keep it entertaining, but nothing super serious, and avoid 10 out of 10 at pretty much all costs. So given that it was the first time I was ever organizing a big tournament, I'll take a 5. A 5 is not that bad. A 10 out of 10 on, like, the parish drama scale, that's the point where I'm like, I'm never gonna do anything in this community ever again. But a 5 out of 10 is definitely higher than I would like it to be. We gotta get that number down. Swell is low, friend. This gate is down, friend. Commander, I want to fight. Who's that? This DFC with like 30? I think we'll be okay. I'm gonna eat this because I don't see real food. Can you give me like the pluses and minuses of the drama rating? No? Good road. Can't be mad, I tried my best. Gonna make you drop, just to get you out of the way. That's a great banner. Let's keep you on your toes a little bit. Oh, does that get him? Oh, no. Disastrous. It's Zek. I've got him. He's okay. He's fine. He's chilling. And more importantly, we killed the banner. That's the most important thing that happened. Is that the banner has been defeated. The evil has been conquered. You guys got to get around that corner. I mean, it's your spawn, so you're going to be right back. Maybe some people lost some sleep over the drama. You said shit like that. I think that is like, that's the one I would like to avoid. Is I don't think people should really be losing sleep over a video game. And so if I'm responsible for that, you know, that's something that I can mitigate. But at the same time, like, you know, there's a lot of people, by the way. I'm leaving. Like, to clarify, I did not lose sleep over it. But if other people did, I apologize to those other people. Actually, that's not true. When did I make that announcement? Checking. Yesterday, 9 p.m. I did go to bed like an hour later than usual last night. So there's like a world where you could say that I lost an hour of sleep over it. But that was mostly just to see if anybody had like other notes about the process. How does it feel to be in the hot seat? It doesn't feel hot, man. Like, that's the thing. I feel like I came into a tournament relatively inexperienced, made a mistake and corrected the mistake, and 95% of people involved in the process were adults. And I wouldn't be sad to see 5% of the people involved in it never play in another tournament. But it does not feel like the seat feels cool and comfortable. I'm maybe like in an uncomfortable position in the seat. Like, maybe I'm sitting in the seat, but like my leg is starting to fall asleep, and I'm like, I should adjust the way that I sit in this seat, but the seat does not feel hot. Read some of it, and man, people are overreacting. There were quite a few people who were reasonable, and I appreciate that the people who were reasonable took the time to make reasonable statements. Because that was actually useful. IDK people really gunning for me, just trying to blame me for anything? Yeah, but like, who? You can't be like, oh, people are saying this. They're not real. Like, people in Twitch chat are already like not totally real. But hypothetical people who aren't even in Twitch chat are like not real. Those are not real people. Wasn't it mostly EU players? I don't know. Because most of the people who were just gunning for me and trying to blame me for things and being like, we should take away, you know, partner for Chef, or Chef should never run a tournament again, etc. Like, I don't remember their names. Unfortunately, or whatever. So unless you're able to name them, I'm like not really that worried that they're gunning for me. They don't make my seat hot. Like, this is a general rule for like any drama ever. Don't really spend any time thinking about it, I guess. And you'll do fine. Like, I listen to people who give good, thoughtful criticisms and feedback. I got all the time in the world for those people. I have it doesn't even enter the mental registry for people who are just like complaining for the sake of complaining. It literally barely gets noticed. Okay. It was entertaining, at least. I mean, I wouldn't say it was entertaining from my perspective, but I'm going to have a different perspective than most other people who were involved in it. If it was entertaining from a third party, from somebody who, like, didn't play in the tournament and didn't benefit or lose based on the decisions that were made, I'm fine with that, but I think it was a more destructive process than it needed to be. And it created more big feelings than it probably needed to be. And that is something that I'd like to adjust in the future. Do they know that I'm going to be here? Do you know? No, you're just going to go downstate immediately? Please come closer to the choke. Follow Tyrion and think that you have an opportunity. Next tournament will be Pog? I think so. I mean, like, 95% of that tournament was really, really well run. It's just the rules issue that we had at the end that didn't get noticed in time that brought everything down. But in the grand scheme of things, it's actually a really easy issue to fix for next time. It just wasn't something that was an easy issue to fix for this tournament. And we will be able to do a much better job next time. Which is good, because like the viewer experience for the tournament was great. And most of the rules and processes that we had actually worked really well. Will I stop hosting tournaments once I work for ArenaNet? First of all, it's if I work for ArenaNet. Like, I know it was Memorial Day weekend, but I actually haven't heard from him in a week and a half. So, it's a really tough job market right now. And I am not counting any of my chickens before they hatch. But in the event that I do end up working for ArenaNet, I don't currently believe, and this could change, I don't currently believe that I would not be allowed to organize community events. It's possible that that changes, but I think I am able to. Just Tower Lord. Let's see who this flips to. You can sit over here. LJ's gone, so Lord is probably dead, but there's downs in Lord's room. So that actually may have just been, it was a successful defense. That's DTF plus home killing Bada. Alright, don't need that anymore. That's going to be too far to reach with GS5, so let's skip that. Let's prevent that res from happening. It's red going inside, getting ready to push back outside. They're just waiting on tactivators. Good fear. Can't help but notice my commander got feared. Poor blank. Oh, I'm too far ahead. I need to be back here. Now we can go in. Now we're safe back here. I feel no need to drop out a Shroud here. I just want to roll autos and convert all these downs. We don't need to be removing boons right now. There we go. There we go. Much better. Much, much better. This champion of the realm, man, going nuts on it. Check this out, though. Yoink. Nice. Got him out of there. Alright, they're waiting. This is not their spawn, so we're going to be able to take this tower. Three nodes. I think I also need to buy my shit from Dugan today still. Or like this week still. We can gamble on keys tonight. Alright. That is kind of like your opinion. Cal, I think that's kind of problematic. I think you need to go back to PvE. I think you need to spend more time on the Mystic Forge. Red in front. I'm just gonna walk around that line, if it's okay with you. Do nice, avoid. Wells here. I'm gonna go right into Lich. I'm crazy. I'll go straight. Alright, that's all my unblockable charge is gone. I'm gonna go ahead and remove your max health now, and then we're gonna go back into normal form, and then we're gonna go into Reaper Shroud. I want to play around more with this idea of opening in Lich. Because A, it puts Lich on cooldown faster, and B, the earlier you hit Lich 5, the worse you make life for a group that's trying to sustain in melee. I think it's probably stronger to start with it. Yeah, I'm seeing 45. Oh, good pull. Great pull. This is red spawn. So if DFC wants to fight again, we should be seeing them relatively soon. And if they don't want to fight again, they would have left through this way and taken that camp like 30 seconds ago. Or at least contested it. The thing is that Lithy settled that stuff and then she stopped playing, so you can just ignore her. You can play on anything you want with it. You could go back to commanding on Druid. Dude, put him on Druid. The world wasn't ready for that technology, man. You gotta bring it back. You control your own spirit res. Can't you just, like, stone signet or whatever? Doesn't matter how squishy you are. You just, like, invuln it or whatever. Red, bottom of stairs. Yoink. Oh, they're coming up. Okay. Sure. I want to pierce as much as possible. My unblockable charges are gone. Let's just go ahead and drop this. It's like they're gone already. I don't even need to use Shroud. Bonk. I'll be taking these nodes now. Yeah, that's two people who have come to raid tonight who don't know how to play Untamed that needed Pigeon to explain it, and you skipped. It's messed up. He's not gonna. We're never gonna see him. No. We're not gonna see him. He's gonna, air quotes, oversleep, and air quotes. Let's have him flip this camp. I'm going in. I told you. I told you he wasn't coming. He remembered that. No, he remembered Ruthless Commands tonight. I promise you, 12:01 a.m., he's gonna be online. There are no groups left on this map, it sounds like. I don't think there's any content left on this map, friends. We're gonna have to be floating somewhere else soon. Ruthless, do you want somebody to start, like, looking at other maps here, or...? Yeah, but he's been ignoring you. Yeah, but, like, they're not here anymore, and they're not here anymore, though, and we're catting a paper bay. There's 3 people behind you, by the way. Oh, he's finishing dinner. No, I heard it. He's finishing dinner. He's eating. He's taking the opportunity to PPT to eat. Zik, for your raid yesterday, we literally fought Bane for 2 hours in the same spot. That was all we did. Dude, I had fun yesterday. Like, people bitched, but I had fun yesterday. It was good fights. Bane, on the other hand? They probably got like 20 keep defenses out of that. I'm kind of jealous. Oh, excuse me? Hold on. Rewind that. Okay. Green beam. Should I grab supply? It's empty. You've already been seen, by the way. No. Holmes Commander whispered me why you were on EBG when our squad was on Blue BL. Like 20 minutes ago. No. This was Holmes Commander, not Shield. Yeah, no, I think you're right. You know, Shadow. 9:55, getting there. OJ's Lord. Flipped. Joy, Toes, BP. This is BP in front, by the way. Joy, Toes, BP are claims. He's going for the camp. Also, he's whispering me because we're friends. You wouldn't understand. What is this? I don't think you get away. I did fuck up the range on my Axe 3, but I don't think you get away. They're veiling into us? He's just going in. Alright, sure. I don't really know what's going on here, but I'm gonna go ahead and do some of this, and then a little bit of this, and then like this necro. It's hot. Give me, okay, fine. You stone me? That's fine. I'll just drop the kit because then I get my skills back. Clone. Not clone, real boy. Real person, not clone. It was a good push, we're just too big. cannons out. Cal, can I ask a personal question? Cal, like, it is very rude. I didn't really want to comment on it, but it is pretty rude. Like, yeah, like 2 weeks ago, you did bring your girlfriend to raid, and I was wondering if she had any feedback about that experience, and if she planned on showing up again at some point. Yeah, it was bad contenting. Okay, follow-up. If she had fun, how come she hasn't come back? That's fair, I guess. That's fair. What is this haze going on out here? That's a bunker tempest. I don't really want to mess with that. Oh, I have stab. I can just walk across here. I'm chilling. You are not chilling, though. This guy, not chilling. It's okay. I'll just wait out the chill. It's fine. I'm okay. Let's start working on this cannon. Commander, cannon manned, by the way. Alright. Let's actually just waste our shroud to get back to our commander, since I can't get unchilled. There we go. This should be a real easy pull. Good dodge. Good grab. What's your deal? Base necro? Mounted? Go away. Go away. Nothing. Dude, H is going in on that guy. H, you got 2 more roamers coming in on your tail there, by the way. Watch out. Cal, the base necros use Lich. Be careful. That's a powerful elite utility. That went about as well as I expected it to. Commander, Cal is currently getting roamed on. I did already, and he didn't listen to me. I told him not to die, and then he did anyway. Okay. That's gonna rally. Dude, he's about to go offline, man. Let's be honest. He's dying on Hollowsmith. It's the worst part. True. So true. Dante going in on a Vindy. Dante being gone in on by a Hollow. Yes, kite them to me. You have stability right now? No? It's gonna be a problem for you. Here, come up in haste. Get ready to pop your Elixir S. You get ready to pop your Elixir S. Go on, use it. Good dodge, good evade. That's probably further than you need to kite off, but... Alright, H is opening up on this guy. Good evade. You got me. I'm just gonna keep an eye on them, make sure they're doing okay. This is CS Reaper. There's a lot of people over by you guys. You might want to be careful with that. Cal? Cal, do you need assistance with this catalyst? That's a mist. I'm adding. Disrespecting. No, I was too busy watching roaming. That's Ruthless's Firebrand, which is interesting. That's a clone. Make that clone go away. Oh, great pull. Beautiful pull. And then you. Let's bring you back into this. Let's get you involved. Wall down? Ooh. Ooh, let's push in and hit the tail. Ooh. Ah, nobody wants to stay with me. Viper, walls down, Viper. Viper's gonna need help outside. It's okay, I'll just shroud stab over that. Cal, I literally called that you needed help when you were roaming twice. I have called that Cal needs help like 2 fights in a row. Now, some people might say, why does Cal need help with 2 fights in a row? But you know who we never have to go to help when they're off tag? Is Boyd. Because, like, he wins. He doesn't die. Well, we don't need to because he wins. He also doesn't bitch about it when he dies. That's true. That's true. That's pretty true. Who won the competition? KA did. KA has won, and RQM has come in second. The expected result for a lot of people watching, I think. But it was a good tournament overall. I think it was a lot of fun for people to watch. Anybody behind this? No. Alright, looking for Haze. They do have a ballista up, but they're currently shooting us instead of the... No, they are shooting the ram. It's fine, we have the ram up. I'm just gonna body block these shots if I can. It's not taking damage yet, which is good. Commander, they do have 1 ballista on the hill behind us, but it looks like VW's cleared it. Never mind. Pulling behind gate if they get close enough. Good pull. Actually, really good pull. I don't even know it has the range to do that. That's not a great sword. This, on the other hand, that's pullable. You guys gotta not stand that close to this gate. And then this is going to come down before they have a chance to rally. We look right here. We break up the res. We stomp. They use mist already. Off they go. Easy, easy, easy. This is going to be a lost keep for green. E waypoint pulled, E waypoint. Let's see if you're paying attention. Good stab. One dodge gone. You guys can take care of that. I'm not going to be able to chase that down. I'm just going to cover Zik off here a little bit. That Rev gets greedy. You also don't have stability. Oh, good block. I want to see if I can line up a GS5 into a Shroud 5 so that I can stun them before they have a chance to dodge back after they get pulled. I should be able to time that. We'll see. Good dive, I guess. Alright, so I'm looking at you. Waiting until I have a weapon swap up. Actually, I think you might just die to autos. How far away are you going to kite? Yoink. Convert those. There's that Hollowsmith. It's a lot of dots in here that we can still clear out, but I'll leave that for the roamers to work on. Ooh. Dawn's Eyrie, they're taking that unless you fly in. Bluebeal. Who is it? Convert Yak. Nifgard. Convert down. There's a T3 tower with Watchtower. More yaks. Amanda's allergic, so we can't actually do cat adoptions. Green better summon somebody to this map soon, otherwise they're going to lose everything they own. What's the match score like? I mean, no, wait. Isn't there one more week of this? There is one more week of this. Yeah, we have one more week in this match. Okay. So we might be staying second place again. I'll do it again. Outside camp. That's people having fun without me. Trap firing already. I believe I can get that catalyst from here, but I also believe that I can get that shield gen from here. I'm not sure. I think this is probably the safer one to go for, is when people come down this wall. We'll just wait for it. Actually, I wonder if I can just get this guy. So I can't pull along this wall. I remember that. But I think I can go along here. Nope, can't go there either. Alright. This wall is kind of finicky to pull on, unfortunately. This guy, on the other hand, is like in the line of fire. You need to back up. Pulls in 10. I think I can get you if you just hang around there for too long. Especially if you come back here. Just wait for stab to expire. They're going to be in a shield gen. So I need them to walk out of it. Or I need the shield gen to end. You're also in kind of a problematic spot. So before you get into the shield gen, I need to pull you. The moment you come close, it is too far. I pulled the trigger on it too early. This, by the way, anybody who ever complains about getting pulled off of a wall is a liar, because you can build a shield gen and give yourself almost 100% stab uptime. You just need like one other friend to help you. And if you don't have one other friend and you're trying to defend a tower from 30, there's no balance change in the world that's going to save you. Got him? You will not complete that glide successfully, my friend. Alright, next target. Good fear. Wonder if I can pull from here. I think I can get this one. Let's find out. Just in case, Aegis. Can't get that one either. Man, this tower is so hard to pull around. Alright, we need to go resupply. We're gonna have to use like long cats or something. 20 plus greens, home BL Gary, by the way. That would be blue BL. I don't know that person. I don't know if they're real or not. Yeah, let's see if this is actually a group. Or if it's not actually a group. LJ's North Innergate. Says at least 25. They're at North Innergate. You can see the edges. Or you could previously. It's Bada. It's Bada on Middlegate. I'm going in. It's Lich time. This is Bane again. Or rather, Bane for the first time tonight. Bane for the second time this week. Whoops. Oops. Alright, we'll just convert the rest of these. Cleared. Cleared out. Grab supply. Back to green, probably. To red now. Continuing the tour. can take this. White sword's already, actually. Not that wall. Maybe that wall, actually. The white swords could just be the wall taking siege damage from somewhere else. 65? Any lag in the back here? No. How do I get to my commander from here? Well, I can't glide here because we're blue. Commander, OJ's camp left side of map. I don't know what's contesting that tower, but... Yes. Alright, let's go investigate what these edges are. Red BL cute. Wow. Okay. Who else is here? Those are sticky OJs, by the way. Those have been there for a really long time. Go up and through here. Actually, probably would have been faster to go around that way. But I can cut through here. Roamers. Roaming. You guys having fun? This is Pop versus Oh My currently. There is also a red player in front of me named Definitely Not Rabbit with the guild tag Hate. So I think that might be Rabbit. Flip to Pop, Sork, and ZPM. It's Rabbit's Hate. They're all the way back in spawn. It's just red farming green, so they're gonna be a little upset when we show up to spoil it. Gonna go ahead and put wells like here. Do not go into that Pop. Don't do this. Don't do it, man. Do not do this. Don't put yourself here when you have no cooldowns, man. Don't do it. You had to, well, I don't know where you go, honestly. Maybe you try and hold that choke. Maybe you just try and back up a bit. We had them in a tough spot. Catching them like that. Lord 30 at keep. I really wish it had an E waypoint, but E waypoint got pulled, unfortunately. No, it's definitely not rabbit. What if it's like a full name guild, like definitely not rabbit hate? Like they don't hate rabbits. You know? I don't know, there's a lot that's open to like interpretation or whatever. You guys gotta get these hay bales figured out. My commander does not care about this gate, apparently. That's Homebio. They might be trying to save Gary. Actually, I can just check if they save Gary. They haven't lost Gary yet. I think they might have saved it. They'll save it. For sure. Yeah, they've joined us a couple times. They're nice. Mm-hmm. They talk in squad chat. They don't use a mic though. Yep. If I remember somebody's name and I don't dislike them, they're usually pretty good. I do say that. No, I liked like maybe 4 of them. Damn. Yeah, dude. Kiyoshi is one of KNT's core members. Wait, so they asked Kiyoshi and not Ara? That's messed up. Three-way fight, Lord's Room, Homebio. Dude, Lord's Room Bluebeal sounds like it's got it going on. I think if we go, it would probably kill the content. So we probably shouldn't. But, like, that sounds like where all the fun is. I'll be back, by the way. I have the second half of a Coke Zero to finish. Now that my water's gone. I could just go and refill it between Guild Wars and Factorial. Waypoint here. Interesting. Did that already. Let's open inventory quick. Oh god, we're gonna have to destroy all those wells on tail. Oh, hello. They seem a little small to deal with that. Now we can make sure that we don't accidentally fill these up. Good pull. Can't be mad, good pull. We'll do one more stack and then we should be good. Let inventory pile up for a bit. No, Bags did really, really well in that tournament in general. The only two people who... The only two guilds that took a round off of KA were RQM and Bags. So, like, it's really impressive that they beat KA in a round. Alright, Pop getting ready. Ow, 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 ow. Ow, ow, ow. Ow, ow, ow. Where are you going? Oh, I got him. Oh, good blink. Alright, let's get this out of here. As well as this one random druid that didn't get the memo. Good fear. Is that the same Willbender? It is the same Willbender. It's pretty tanky. It's gonna be a risky cross. Bag's definitely the threatening group here though, so we'll just spike this. We need to roll back one to get out of the way of Pop. And now we can push in on Pop. Drop Shroud here. We're still gonna need to roll a lot of strips. That's unfortunate spike on Bags. Ooh, that's a lot of damage. You're so far off tag, there's no way you could have projectile reflex. Alright, drop this. You have Wells up, Ruthless, Wells up. You have wells. Alright, if they drop, I can wells. They're gonna follow around the top of the stairs. We can't push up on that, I don't have enough. Alright, fine, wells here. Good Reaper 5. You got me. Fair enough. You got me. Yeah, 6 minutes food. And if Bags is still running their catalyst shit, you need to dodge immediately. Like, it goes through ages. It will not save you. No, no, no. That's just because Kay loves Berserker, though, like... He would, yeah. Dude, Bags is really fun to play with. I like them a lot as a guild. They do really dumb shit. No, I intentionally didn't say that Bags was my favorite group in that tournament, but they were. Now that it's over and prizes are done and I can have favorites, Bags was my favorite group in that tournament. It's just so much fun to watch them play. Oh, we can glide here, right? There we go. Dude can't glide. Which enemy are you conversing with specifically? Is it Link or Kay? Because I can start talking to the other one just to say hi so they don't feel left out. Alright, I'll go talk to Kay. I'm just kidding, I'm actually not gonna talk to him. But I'm glad that you are. Yeah. I'm basically never gonna DM anybody ever again. That's why this is the 2025 New Year's resolution. Yeah. Yeah, 2024 was don't leak DMs, 2025 is never have DMs. And then 2026 is like fucking move to a cabin in the woods and not have internet. Okay, A, you probably still do. But B, they're not for me, and they probably never were. True. True, true. That's pretty true. Dude, we should make Pigeon an officer. Just not tell him and add the role. I just think it'd be really funny if, like, we decided at a raid that he wasn't at, that we'd make him an officer. No, I think he was just a class lead in the other guild. Well, oh, and girl. I thought you were talking about the other guild. That rocks. I love that. They are stacking at Portal, by the way. Alright, so I need to expect this spike to be insanely hot. Because Bags is going to roll up on this and just up smash. So just be ready to dodge. Here it comes. Take Veil. Dodge once. Drop Wells here in the tail. Catch anybody who's slow. That's gonna be real hot. And I have very little life force left, but this is... Oh, I need to move. Please rally me. No. No. I'm gonna wait. I think they might win this. We'll see. I think they may win this. Most of Bags is gone. We still have a lot. They do not. This should be a really easy spike for them to convert. I can't exactly see it. Well, no, Pop isn't committing to that as hard as I thought they would. They actually kited that out really well. That's bad. That's a lot of people not playing disciplined on tag. This looks okay so far. This doesn't look okay. It really doesn't look okay. Yeah, he's gonna start bleeding people for this. You can see people getting low. Yeah, that's a lost fight. Alright, I'll respawn. I want to look at Arc and see what actually killed me, though. If it's gonna be like Flame Grab or whatever that Catalyst skill is. Burning Speed? No, it's not Burning Speed. Worldly Impact? What the hell is Worldly Impact? Ring of Fire. Spit. I died to Spit Goop. Oh, man. What the fuck is Worldly Impact, though? It is Soul Beast. Soul Beast Beast Skill 3? I think. Yeah, Soul Beast Beast Skill 3. Say it. Say it. Tell him. Tell him and then apologize to... Oh my god. Kami, how did you die this far out? What the hell? Oh my god. Alright, so they're gonna defend their Gary from whoever that green group was. I don't remember who it was. But they're gonna save Gary, and then they're gonna come back to Airkeep. They should still have E-Waypoint. I didn't see them pull it. They do, so they have time to respond to this. They just need to be a little fast at Gary, but they should have a lot of time. Are you gonna get close enough? This is not an easy gate to pull on, but you could accidentally get close enough to us. Oh, are you coming up on the gate? Oh, I got something over here. I think that's... I bet that was Soul Beast using like Stone Signet or something. 3 minutes on food? I don't need to use that. I guess we'll find out what happened back here as soon as we get in. They're gone? Alright, fair enough. Why would you guys go that way? It's just going to put you, like, further behind. See? You guys mounted and you were still slower than I was. You gonna pull? Watch the magnet pole standing beneath me? There's no way that could possibly go poorly. Those intentions are probably pure. Who am I fighting? Right now, Bags and Pop. But we've been fighting a bunch of people tonight. Also, what's up, Ocean? Sorry, I was tabbed out looking at a couple other things real quick. We have fought Bane plus Bada tonight. We have fought DFC tonight, and now we're fighting Bags plus Pop. Shield is also out here somewhere. We haven't seen them yet, but Shield is running tonight, we've heard. And I think there's also one group that's out somewhere, but again, we haven't seen them either. It's been good, though. Bags obviously is a good group to fight. They've definitely got the numbers advantage on us now. It's like 30v44, 33v44. But they're not working super well with Pop right now, and it's giving us opportunities. We're getting looks. They're going to have to pull UA point here, though, because we're about to be through the wall. I mean, Bags is just good. They're coming in hot off tournament. They've always played at a reasonably high level. They do only have, like, 20 or 25, but they've got groups available to work with in this matchup. We had good fights with them on Reset with Shield. And now they've got Pop that they can work with as well, so they can punch up into a group that's 30. There's one Pop player coming in. Hello, what's up? There's another one coming in. Should probably tell your friends in map chat what's going on the back of this gate. It's a bit of a late veil. Oh, Pop did not get the memo. Alright, we convert all this. Bags is all inside and are totally fine. And now they're going to push out. Yep, so we drop Shroud. We leave a Nightfall here. We just go into Lich, but they're completely split from Pop now, so that's going to be difficult for them to claw back from. Getting Reflects. Strip as many boons as possible on this push to keep them from running away effectively. Convert one. Yeah, that's unfortunate. One group was heads up, the other group was not. And that's even with the late veil, too. E-waypoint, by the way, E-waypoint. So they're going to be able to get everybody back, and then they're all going to be probably paying a bit more attention. Oh, hello. This is, again, just pop, though. So, you need to be able to get away. You're going to. We can at least get this one converted. And you probably should not be coming back here. I think I probably would have found a different way to get to your friends. So now they're down 2, and UA point is gone. They might... Actually, they'll be able to get the res off. They'll be able to res both of this. It's not as bad as I thought. But the question is, did they fix the wall? Otherwise, we can just walk right back in. They did not. Okay. I'm opening on that soul beast. Immune? Okay. Dodge that veil. It's gonna be real scary. Just chill right here. I don't want to be that close to my commander's tag right now. I also don't like want to be in Shroud because I can't really apply damage there very effectively. He's gonna go all the way for the choke. I'm a little scared of this. Yoink. Got a couple. That's one conversion. I can't do it, but somebody else can. That's just stealth. Keep damage on it. That's a failed sig. No, it's a clone. That's a conversion. That's the conversion we wanted, and that's converted. What do I think is going to be in the graphical update? The graphical update? What do you mean the graphical update? I haven't heard anything about a graphical update. I heard that there was the content release. I heard that there was the balance patch. Was it something that was like buried in the patch notes in the content pack? Because I didn't read that full blog. I just read the high-level notes. Do not push through this because they're just going to stop. Oh, never mind. They're going all the way inside. I thought they were going to try to turn and spike there, but no, they're all the way in. They're going to repair that wall. Yep, there's the wall getting repaired now. That's fine, though. We still have katas. They needed to clear these first. That's an order issue. Hello, Catalyst? Ah, fair enough. Reading an old post of Anet talking about Guild Wars 2. Like an old... Like you didn't realize that it was old at the time? Or like an old post about what they want to do soon? Eight seconds, pull. I want to go for that AC. I want to go like here. Ish? Not quite. It's very old. Okay. I was gonna say, like, I wasn't paying like super close attention to their blog posts lately. I've been fairly busy with some other stuff, but this is disgusting, though. In fact, I'm going to screenshot this. And then I'm going to DM it to Kay. Because that's messed up. This is a third place NA20s GVG tournament competitor manning an arrow cart on Catalyst instead of playing the damn game. You hate to see this. They dropped. Oh, it's going to be really scary. That's so many people just dead there. That's not the way things need to go. Also, hey, Fast Car, what's going on? This is not EBG. I don't think we can get to EBG right now, brother. I think EBG is going to be like a 100,000 man queue if I had to check. Yeah, Q20. We can't get there. He was queued when we got here, man. I would love to go, but I can't make it. All right, let me finish screenshotting this. This is very important for the health of the community overall. You don't understand how hard it is to be one of the mods for the NA Alliance's Discord, because I want so badly to post a screenshot in general and at K and say, like, explain yourself for this degenerate behavior. But it's against the rules, and worse. Like, if it was against the rules and I was just a guy, that's fine. I'll eat a strike for it because it's funny. The problem is that it's against the rules, and I'm, like, one of the people who's supposed to enforce the rules, so it's an extremely bad look for me to do it, even though I think it's really, really funny. So now I have to put it in as DMs, and nobody's going to be able to appreciate how fun. Actually, you know what? I can put it in Zaishin. That's where I can put it. All right, hold up. I can put this in Zaishin now that I think about it. Community chat, maybe? Dropping. At Quesadilla. I don't think this is behavior fitting a third place in a GVG20s tournament runner-up. Tournament participant. Can you explain yourself here? Attach screenshot. Post. Owned. They'll never recover. I would have blocked to see his name. I could have if I had been more forward thinking, but the fact that it's actually one of their catalysts is the funniest thing to me. If it's like one of their supports, I get it. What else are you supposed to do? Will you wait for the rest of the squad to run back? But like, come on. Just cast a meteor shower, reset it with your elite, and then when the link asks if you cast meteor shower twice, you can be like, yep, definitely did. And then they'll review your logs, and they'll only see one cast, and you'll be like, I think Arc is bugged, I didn't update, you know, all the normal sources of copium that people rely on. Actually, let's see if they went back. Oh, we destroyed it, or it became destroyed. I don't want to take agency for that. The arrow card became destroyed. Suddenly, Palpatine returned, etc. What do you mean by this? Explain this. No, absolutely not. Everybody gets the same place. I do have a bit of like a mocking tone for people that I make up who exist in chat who I want to disagree with, but I don't like make up a voice for real people. No, God, no. Also, just FYI, that was a Bags Catalyst manning that arrow cart behind us, so I took a screenshot of it and sent it to Kay. It's disgusting behavior. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Alright, we're good. I bet it's because I sent him the screenshot, man. Bags tagged down? That's sad. We're never gonna see him again. Where were those? I just missed those OJs. This guy is going for it with that mortar kit. Thank you for the stability. You've done me a great favor here. If he comes in the other side, we're just yoinking him. I'm giving him a tug. Oh, he's gone. He's like gone. Oh, Kami, take care of it. Okay. Yeah, that's a classic copy pasta guy. EBGQ down to 5. It's possible we could wind up on EBG tonight, Vascar. It's possible. I just need a few gamers to leave, and then I have to talk my commander into going there. So that's one more group that is now done. DFC ended. Bags ended. We're beginning to run out of groups to fight. Energy in squad is high, but I'm pretty sure that if we run out of other people to engage in battle against, we're just going to tag down. So we need like shield to show up now. Shield with like 40. Tempted to like look at Fabian and see where he is. Fabian is on Muglio. They're on green. Green has been called as outnumbered in squad chat. So I think we'd be incentivized to go to green right now. Oh, Orisa went there. Alright, that's going to queue it out. We're not going to be able to get there with Punk there. So our best bet is... I was going to say our best bet is to hit a green objective on another map and see if we can pull them, but green doesn't have any objectives on other maps. OJ's at Sentry. So that's going to be... Those are actually long OJs. That's not just a Sentry. OJ's wouldn't take that long at a Sentry. That's a real fight. I don't know who the green group here is, though. I guess we'll just take Gary and see if anybody shows up. We can roll up to a gate, we can make OJs, and then if people want to come and battle, they can come and find us. Let's see if we can summon enemy gamers to us. This is a T3 keep that's been held for 9 hours, so red is going to be fairly incentivized to come and defend this thing. I don't know why we're going to this wall. But I'm not driving tonight, so it doesn't matter. Oh, because it's at 42. I guess he got intel that I didn't have. Gate is 100. Inner wall's down? Okay, he had a lot of information that I didn't have. But that does make this much more streamlined to get in. Yeah. Blank's thinking about the same thing. Let's keep an eye on this soul beast. Keep him from doing anything hazardous. It's a good longbow 5. Doesn't really do anything though. Good mortar kit. My commander's pushing him. I'm gonna stay here. Oh, he's fucked, man. This pole guy trying to dodge into a wall is over for him. This guy, on the other hand, may actually end up getting away. No, pigeons on him? Yeah, alright. That's both of them dealt with. So they'll be able to scout this. Give a call in map chat that it needs help. Has everything available. They can pull E-waypoint and all of that. They can pull banner and all of that. We'll see if we can keep an eye out for who actually takes banner. They're reasonably equipped to try and spike a banner down, unless they're really, really bulky. It's Rabbit. Why do 20 people turn for one soul beast? Because we're catting a wall and there's nothing else to do. I mean, you saw me not do it, but like... We're not just gonna sit there and be like, oh, we're getting longbowed, I guess I'll just sit here and continue getting longbowed. You gotta pick your moments. You gotta wait until, you know, there's something to occupy our time, and then you gotta come out. Ooh, that's a really unfortunate waypoint. Also, hello, Chomp. Hello. Like, I think I would also flip the question around and be like, why is one soul beast casting longbow 5 and mortar kit into a 20-man Zerk? I find that behavior to be deranged. You know, we're all psychos here. We're all crazy. Okay, I was gonna jump, but that's fine. I just won't instead. Pull it. Pull the chain. Ah, never mind. Could be a peepo, or could be trying to bait less than 20 people into fighting him. That's fair. I mean, I don't know how long you've been lurking for, but we did have some off-tag roaming going on earlier in the stream. We had this gentleman on Hollowsmith, and an Untamed who has either since left or changed professions, who are doing a little bit of off-tag roaming. Pigeon has been known to do some off-tag roaming, but I think at this point people are like, you know, we've been running for close to 2 hours. So people are just kind of wandering around following tag to get mental juice back. I hadn't considered that, though. That they could be trying to, like, get a couple people to peel off stack and fight. This, though, like, if I... Oh, Jesus. If I was the Soul Beast or the Hollowsmith, I'd be like, this is my moment, man. This is when I want to cast my Longbow 5. I want to see all them numbers. That is an unfortunate split. Is that the banner in there? That is the banner in there. Hey, you. Okay, that's banner dealt with. That is an enormous char to be using that banner. It's like a flashing neon sign in this Lord's Pit that he's got it. Now we'll just haze out a bit, wait for them to regroup, get people back together. Alright, that should give them the opportunity to regroup. They've mostly wasted that E waypoint. But this is their spawn, and response time is fairly quick. They will have at least one more opportunity to defend this, if not two. See, like, here's Cal doing some off-stag roaming. We're on Lord. He's busy, like, having fun. True and Yumi are a little involved. It's like a little 3v3 situation over there. That's fine. And it's primarily because there's something around to entertain the majority of the Zerglings that we have on stack, where we're like, ooh, a Lord on NPC that we can make numbers appear on. I would almost go so far as to say that if we were hitting a gate instead of a wall, and that Hollowsmith and Soulbeast had come to harass us, we probably would not have chased them, because you can make numbers appear on the gate. Alright, now we have to go save Cal, because Cal is actually dying. So we have to get him up, but he has failed at roaming. So this individual right here, Cal, me, maybe, drunk on Listerine only, failed roamer X1 so far. Let's see how his other escapades go here. He is stuck outside, which is a pretty unfortunate place to be. Commander has literally said if he dies again, it's on him. So he has no lifelines left. And as a result, he appears to be engaging in cowardice. Oh, never mind. He's going in. He is diving for this one Mesmer. He's got him isolated fairly well here. The problem is that he's about to overcommit into about 10 people, and he is innately cowardice. Like, this is going to be a problem for him. Elixir S goes out. He's using some invulns. He has support from his friends. He's immediately pulled when it expires. He's trying to bait them closer to his friends, but we're not going to help him, because you have to kick a bird out of the nest sometimes for it to learn how to fly. I will save Pigeon. I have saved Pigeon. Wow, they actually res the Lord. Holy shit, man. That's impressive. Alright, now we do it again. This is my budget chomp impersonation, by the way. This commentary. It's like your commentary, but with 40% of the energy. I think it's mostly accurate. If you have any, like, pointers on how I could improve it, though, let me know. So this AC needs to go. Get this out of here. Is that a... Did you just try to spectrograsp me? Okay, honestly, good chill to the bone. You win this one. I'll go back to my tank. Good counterplay, good counterplay. I need to kill this Treb now. Son of a... I'm jumping it. Fuck that. I know, bitch. That's fine. I'll just wait. I'll just wait. It's fine. Just kidding. I'm not gonna wait. Clear these. Clear that. Back we go. Clear some of this out. You need to move very quickly, given that you are on a Reaper. You cannot wait till people get that close when you have like 2 mobility skills to use. Clear some of these out. You're very low. Oh, hello. Alright, we're gonna go in 1, shroud, spin. This does not look like their whole group. I wonder if they were abandoned by some of their allies. Because they're gonna need more than that to save this thing. This is maybe Shield trying to get on map, but it doesn't feel like they have a queue here unless there's a big red group somewhere that's just not present for this fight. This could be a little bit of a problem. Nah, I'll be fine. I'm good. I was full health. I was so fine. I was the guy. Okay. Cal, what happened? Cal, what happened, Cal? Cal, this isn't where the ring spawns. Cal, you didn't get stuck in the ring. It doesn't spawn here. Are you lying to us? The ring does not spawn that far out. I don't think so, man. I think it's closer in. Well, we're about to find out. We're about to find out who's lying, man. I'm still marking that as one roamer loss on your report card, though. You are currently an 0-2 roamer. See, it is close. It is closer in, man. Look at your markers. Your markers are busted. No, it's like here. It's on this like dark inner line in the circle. You put markers at the fucking outer line of the circle. Of course you're going to agree with Ruthless. He said you're right. I think you have lied to everybody here today and you should apologize. I'm talking to Cal. I'm not talking to you. I think Cal should apologize to everyone here. They are not directly on it. You put them up there. There's two dark gray rings on that circle. You put them on the second dark gray ring. They're the wall spawns on the first dark gray ring. I'm gonna lose. I'm gonna write a manifesto. I'm gonna write a manifesto and I'm gonna read it on stream. Probably, yeah. Probably will get banned. It'd be so funny to get a 24-hour ban for writing a manifesto about, like, the Earthkeep Lord ring, though. You do not have much health. That is a really squishy firebrand. Let's keep an eye on him. Let's see if he knows that he's squishy. I think he knows that he's squishy, because he is staying way back. He's probably waiting for, like, his auto virtue proc to get Aegis back. Yep, okay, he's like, oh, ring is up? This is great news for me? Wrong, bitch. This is horrible news for you. Get off that. I did this. That's my down. Oh, fuck. This is bad. This is really bad. Well, fair enough. Rally off this? No, I didn't get Wells down. Oh, it's a fast stomp, too. You know what? It's fine. I successfully 1v1 roamed on a firebrand. Whatever happens after that happens. I also think that firebrand probably should have, like, dodged the axe, too. Because I chained a very long axe, too, into them, and they just ate all of it. But I think they'll be able to get me back up. It's like, what are you still doing on the Lord, man? You need to get out of there. Zik needs help. Zik got help? Wow, crazy fast res. I guess I know where I am on the totem pole. Thank you. Stab move to EBG. They are going to have to stealth onto Lord to try and get the hand res off again, which actually makes me want to use Chill to the Bone here. So we interrupt here because they're trying to go for the res. Yeah. Not this time, friends. Not this time. Well, like maybe this time, I guess. Because they could still try it again. I actually just want to, like, roll greatsword autos on Lorden. It's not going to be CC, but I think it's the best option that I have. If they try to go for the stealth res again. And especially when we pull away from Lord, we want to keep an eye on that. Because they're going to try and go for it again, I bet. At least I've got Chill to the Bone in 5. Convert this. Let's focus on... They got Lord back up. That's... I could have stopped that. I could have stopped that. But I got distracted. Alright, we go again. Oh, we got green to show up. You know what? Actually, a pretty good outcome, all things considered. Because now we get to fight green. I'll just roll Greatsword here, because I need to get this life force back. Can I just get one or two more in? Alright. These need to go. Pop these out. Green still just watching and not committing at all. They've built one AC. Let's wait to see if they build more siege. I don't exactly know where they're going with that. Katas, okay. Makes sense. Do they know that they aren't safe here? They aren't moving like they know that. Well, they know now. Okay. Oh, this is that Hollowsmith that was trying to pick at us before. They're Mithril soldiers, so they're not new. They should know what they're doing. But I hope they're having more fun now that we can't just, like, run them down with 30 people. There's way too much other stuff going on for us to focus on a single person now. That said, I'm still going to make you be on your toes. Interesting portal. So just chilling. I'm not sure what green is waiting for here. But they're definitely waiting for something. You need to be extremely careful here, my friend. Oh, I needed to check my range indicator. I was so close to getting that. That was probably like 1050 away instead of 900. Just gonna go to like right here and chill. That's a good rally. That's not where I want to be. Alright, come over here. Chill here. Pull tail. 2, 1. Looking for people to get greedy here. Just kite this out because we lost like 3 people for being completely brain AFK. Interesting distort. Interesting dodge when you're not really being threatened. That's a good mortar shot? Banner? We need to drop to our friends here. Hello, Red. Alright, get these guys out of here. Finish all of this. We need to convert these downs. Do not let them get these downs back up. You look squishy. You are very squishy. You are soft. That's an escape portal behind us. I'm not worried about that. I think you're gonna live, actually. You have actually lived, Mosswood Silver Scout. Good use of line of sight. Flipped a green? Oh, I guess I didn't want to use the infinite Lord Trick 4 times in a row. Well, green has taken a keep for doing almost nothing. But that's the way it goes. Hello, Joy. Do you know that we're here? You do, because we're marked. That's a shitty emote. I think we'll be fine, though. That's a really long emote. I gotta make sure that I've actually got that trait on that reduces movement impairing conditions. Also, you're like miles away from anyone. You're gonna be able to mist in, but your positioning is looking a little sus there, friend. Alright. Do I have that trait on? No. I gotta get Chilling Nova off, and I gotta get Relentless Pursuit on next time I come out of combat. I cannot be eating like 5-second mobs. That's crazy. See if I can do it over here. I'm probably just gonna get hazed, but we'll see. Out of combat me? Out of combat me? I could drop maybe? There we go. You. Alright. Let's see if that helps with these mob issues. I wonder if you're just standing on the other side of that portal. No. Alright. Good. One down. Did you put your face in the gate, Cal? I think Cal put his face in the gate when it came down. Honestly. True, they did. They targeted him specifically with that. I don't think we have any way of getting him back. So. Oh, hello? He's diving? And then blinking back inside, I guess? Wouldn't that be, like, the map team to fix that and not the world versus world team? $50, alright. That's Mystic Coins. $5. I feel like my commander is going to tag down after this. Because shield tag down, so there's like not really anything left to do. If Ashot is offline, there's not really anything left to do. I think that was the last fight for the night. On what? I wouldn't know. I'm receiving intel, by the way, that Nick at Night is about to form up. Yeah, because like it's not called Nick at like early evening. Never mind, that was apparently a mistell. Oh, time to tag down. Game dead. Map dead. Nowhere. Nobody play. Ain't no point to the damn game. Cal? No. Sugar. With 2 enemy scouts. Please. Where are they? Ah, I see. Let's see. How do I get over there? Here? How did you do that jump, Sugar? Oh, maybe like this way. I see. I see. It's 1 chrono. Well, still the bun spin. Shard 5. Downstate. Nightfall. Life Force, please. Life Force. You get out of here. Stinky. Stinky. Alright, my commander is done, so that's where I'm done with World vs. World. If the only thing you are interested in is watching World vs. World, I would encourage you to go find another streamer who's live. We are going to go play a bit of Factorio, though, for the next hour or two. We have a factory in progress on Aquilo that I would like to continue working on. So, next Guild Wars 2 is going to be Friday night. That is going to be !Discord to join Discord and get stream pings for when we're going live in the future. I have a VODs channel at that channel in chat if you would like to catch up on stuff that we've done on the stream in the past. And I have a YouTube channel if you're looking for edited, curated World vs. World guide videos. Hello, Emmy Raiders. Hello, Emmy. Well, you know what? No, if we catch a raid from Emmy, I think we have to play Guild Wars 2 a little longer. Emmy, you caught me literally as I was ending to go play Factorio. Like, I wasn't going to stop streaming, but I was going to stop playing Guild Wars. But if we're going to get a Guild Wars stream, then I think the only fair thing to do would be to continue playing Guild Wars. No, I can do it because, like, Peralta's in EBG. Are you tagged? We can go say hi to Peralta. Yeah, I can do a little bit more World vs. World. Let me just find somebody who's actually running. Oh, you know what? WL's running. Hey, how much longer are you going? We'll go play with WL. It's been a while since I saw Caitlin. Assuming that he's actually tagged. Yeah, have a good one. Sorry to hear that you've had the flu, but I hope you start feeling better soon. Appreciate the raid, as always. I hope you've been doing well apart from being sick. Ensure is also still on for stab. I thought they take down. Let's do this instead. Since we just hit tick, let's hop into our Mistus Bastion. Let's pull up a random number generator. There are 12 World versus World teams. I am going to pick one of those 12 teams at random, and in order to prove that I'm not lying, I'm going to show you a browser tab. And we're going to figure out what team to play on. We're going to hit generate. We're going to go to team 9. 1, 2, wait. These aren't alphabetical. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We are going to Rawls Rest. We transfer, which I can do because I am a partner. If this is your first time catching one of my streams live, I am an ArenaNet partner, primarily focused on World versus World content, but a little bit of PvE here and there. Nothing too serious, like, instant CM content or anything like that, but every once in a while we do like chill map cop streams, or we do like Division or Aurora stuff, things like that. But one of the perks of being in partner is that you can transfer your World versus World team at will. So we are going to poke around on some other teams and see if there's any other action. We'll start EBG as the most likely place that people are going to be. But it's possible that we might need to move around a bit. This team chat saying VIP Inner Gary on Red BL. That could be a candidate, but first I want to see who this tag is and what they're up to. We'll see if they've got anything going on. If I wanted to, I could tag, but I have been running for 3 hours already. 2 hours. I don't know. If there's something good to fight, I might think about tagging up, but... Alright, Iceman has about 10 people in him. I'm gonna go take a look at VIP Inner Gary Home BL. And I may actually tag up to fight that if nobody else is on red. We'll go see. Tagging on Necro would not be something that I love, but... Right, there is a tag here. Let's go see what they're up to. And if we're going to be playing without a squad, I think I would much rather have a staff instead of a greatsword on. Just gives us a better ability to control some of our range damage. So let's go take a look at this. The call was that they were at inner, so this could be a potentially hazardous spot to push out from, because they might be right above me. They are. Okay. Well, let's skirt that a little bit, instead of burning all of my mount leaps. I'll go ahead and hop inside. Top up on supply in case we need it. Wall is 96, so we should have plenty of time to haze this away. And we're going to look for people who are stuck in the tail. Like this guy here. Lack of stability, behind the tag, easy pickings. Convert all of these people in the tail. Looks like their squad is finally noticing, so we'll go ahead and drop down here. If they want to drop on me, they can, but that's just going to separate their squad out even more. Make it rather difficult for them to keep their tail alive. And then we're back inside and we're fine. Let's get back up on the wall. do it again. Look for another opportunity to strike. So again, you can see people in the tail just getting really strung out here. Those are the people we're looking at to generate an opportunity. Its Hardstuck Scourge is really low. I cannot drop and follow that though. He's probably going to make it back to tag unless I can just really make their life annoying from up here, and I think I can. So that should be one that we can secure. Good. One less player to deal with when we eventually try and fight VIP, if we eventually try and fight VIP. And we'll just keep an eye on where they're going here. I'd really like to get back up top. I don't love being down here. They are turning that corner. I'm going to go wide. Let's keep distance between me and them. You're going to try and set up on this gate instead? Is that the plan? No, they're dropping out. Okay. Dropping out maybe to set up katas on that hill, because they can hit both outer and inner. No, dropping all the way out. They do not like what they have seen inside that keep, and they have decided to not take it. Well, it works for us. Maybe thinking about going Eternal Necropolis. Maybe thinking about porting for supply. Either way, buys us time. Let's go check in on where they came in and make sure that we've patched that up. Wall 96, inner's fine. Outer looks fine, but it's possible they didn't come in this way. $100, gates 100. Maybe they came in south. 100. 83. They came in through that wall. All right. Fair enough. But that's handled. Could take a rune quick if we need to. App chat saying Odell. So they may have moved off to Odell to try and hit that next. I have time to take this rune for my weekly, though. We chill, we wait. There we go. Then we'll pop over to Odell and we'll see what's going on here. And then if VIP doesn't come back, I did hear back from KON and WL. It sounds like they have a very small queue on EPG and they have some good content, so we may pop over to them and say hi after this. That's nothing against roaming particularly, I'm just more of a Zerg guy. I like playing with lots of other people. But we'll go do a wellness check on this. It is contested now. So we will do a wellness check on this tower because there's definitely somebody doing something to it. The question is how many people is it? And they're not at that wall. So they're either going to be at this gate, this wall, like this corner, or they went all the way around to the back. But if they were here, we would have seen them. They're at that wall. Okay, what do they have it to? They have it to 31. It's going to put a little bit of time pressure on us, but I think the best thing to do would probably be to try and hit their tail when they push in. So we're going to chill them with 3. We might try and fear them with 5 if they don't have stability. Wait for them to go in. Now we catch anybody not paying attention. Just following along. Kind of wish I had Greatsword here for poles, but... So I can mark here and just get a couple of people in combat, see if it slows them down a bit. They're going to drag Lord over to that corner because it keeps the Lord from moving around too much, and then I'll just go over and get on Tag and wait for Tag to do something. Let's see what the plan is. Probably want to be... Well, I think I want to stay on this side, so we don't have to jump it. Just start getting them in combat a little bit. Make them start burning a couple small support skills. Incredible pull. I need to get away from that, though. And I also need my life force back. Let's start working on that a little bit. Lord is almost dead, so they're going to have to commit to this ring, which means they have to make this jump. I'm going to get prepared to push to their tail and kill people who cannot make that, like this Scourge. That's unlucky. That is a pretty fortunate defense, I think. Now, are they going to push me? Because VIP doesn't particularly like me. You can come around this corner if you want. No? Alright, well then I may push you. Good dodge. Just get out of that breach. You are getting hit by an Alright Lord right now. That's going to be really bad. We should probably go. Let's heal. Let's drop. Fair enough. Fair enough. I tried my best. Alright, I don't think that tag has enough to fight VIP 20v20, and I don't really want to tag up and try and get more people on me, so we're going to float over to Loot Gardas, and we're going to go play with Kaelin. We'll go to our Mistus Bastion. I think if I had been a little more careful, I maybe could have gotten that Scourge, but I don't think we're going to take down VIP with us in a ragtag group of pugs. VIP is better than that. Biggest challenge is going to be finding WL's Discord, because I do not remember where I put it in my folder of Discords. EBG up to Q10, but we can go to some other maps while we wait. And then we can also go /SQ join Kaelin. Need anything specific? Well, I sit in queue. See if there's anything in particular that he wants. And then we'll go and cause some havoc on the Borderlands until our queue pops. OJ's Lord Hills. Let's do this flip steed just out of curiosity. I guess you can sit like right here. OJ's means at least 25. On Lord means it's probably not 2 groups fighting, it's probably just 1 group fighting an NPC. Flip to kill, VOA, and gone for red. So I can go outnumbered. What map is this? Bluebale? Yeah. Outnumbered, Blue BL hills flipped to hill VOA gone. Big enough to make OJs. And then we hope that somebody on EBG reads that message and goes, man, I don't want to be on EBG anymore. I'm going to go to Blue BL because there's content there. And then I can take their EBG spot and I can go and play with Caitlin. Will this work? Give it 10. Five, 3, 2, 1. No, it does not move my Q. It was a valiant effort, though. One person is leaving squad. That'll move me to 9 as soon as I actually log off. Oh, shit. This is kill? We're gonna waypoint. That's lame stuff. What stuff? About 30 red on EBO if you were interested. Probably not big enough. Reds are Greenwater Lowlands. I know that. A 2 minutes RI on this camp. I'd be willing to wait for that while EBGQ clears a bit. We are down to 7. I can't wait to find out what stuff was lame stuff. We'll just chill here for a little bit. Now at Green Lake. I mean, that's their tower. No, that was red that we saw. So red is gonna... No, I'm red. That was blue that we saw? No, I'm green. That was red that I saw. So red could take that tower, and it looks like they're planning on it. You have 1 blue incoming. Sure. I don't particularly want to be here right now, though, so let's just get around this corner. Rob Wells here. See if you have stab. You were in that mix. So we can open up on you a bit here. This is going to be a lot of burst coming in that I can't really get out of. I can at least make this unblockable. Good dodge. But do you really want to be down here with me right now? We can drop wells on this. We can use our life force to get a bit of health back. We can get you into down state, but this is going to be really hard to convert because there's 2 of them. In a 1v1 situation, I win that. And if that's silver, that's really annoying. Because... Who are you? Block. Blocked. Keza. Not silver. I have 1 friend in G's. And if that was the 1 friend that I had in G's, I was going to have to get into his DMs about interrupting an honorable 1v1. In my mind, I take that, though. Like, on paper, I lost that fight, but in my mind, where I'm safe from criticism, I won that fight. So, Sandswept Isles coffer. I do need to work on that. Alright. That is probably going to be blue taking that camp now, though. Because I'm pretty sure they killed the other guy who was there with me. And it's off RI now, so it's going to be free. EBGQ down to 6. Yeah, ring is up. Well, can I contest that? Nah, it's 2 of them. I'm not equipped to do 2v1 with a Zerg Power Reaper build. Need to switch to something more annoying like Harbinger, and I just don't have the template on me. Let's go check green. Green has nothing. Alright. While I wait the rest of queue out, this seems like an excellent time to go play daily games. So I'm going to leave queue window open on my screen so that I can see it. But for those of you watching, we're going to pop open a browser tab. We're going to wait for it to load on OBS. Any day. Browser tab. There we go. We're going to play Time Guesser. If you are unfamiliar with Time Guesser, the goal of Time Guesser is to get 5 pictures and to guess both the location and year that the picture was taken in. So in this case, we have Arnold Schwarzenegger and Boris Johnson riding a cycle hire. So I can only assume that this is somewhere in Europe, probably like London. I actually think that's the Tower Bridge in the background, but I'm not positive. And if Boris is PM, that means this is like 2017, I think. They look like they're in a park, so I'm going to say they're like here, and I'm going to say this is like 2017. 2011. Okay, Boris Johnson. Oh, it was when he was mayor. Okay, fair enough. I thought this was when he was PM. It's actually when he was mayor. But still, 8,400. Not bad. This looks extremely World War II coded. No, maybe World War I coded. Do I see cars? I do see a car. That is a 1930s car, I think. Q-pop. We'll finish this one. This is Japan. This is Japan in the 30s. I don't know where any of these places are, though. Like, I have never heard of Chofu, Fuchu, Tokorozawa, Tachikawa, or Kawagoe in my life. So it's going to be difficult to find these on a map. We're looking at a span of like 26 miles. My initial guess is that it's like places in Tokyo, because Tokyo's gigantic and it looks fairly busy. But we'll just give the map a skim from a relatively high level here, and we'll see if anything pops out at me immediately. Can I tell from like foliage if this is north or south? Not really. No. I'm not going to take too long on this. Eventually we will just send it. I guess it's possible that it could be south too. Like if this is an older photo, maybe it's actually Kyoto. No, or maybe not. All right, in that case, it's going to be near a population center. I didn't exhaustively check Tokyo. Seems like somewhere that might be like near Tokyo, but not quite in Tokyo. We're gonna place ourselves like right here, and I think year is probably like 1937, 1938 kind of deal. 46. And it's literally downtown Tokyo. Okay. That's not a great showing. This is Poland. You can tell from the language. I have no other information to go off of for location. Except that, like, it's probably not Warsaw. Well, it looks mountainous, maybe? So it's maybe, like, near Krakow? I don't know. Let's say we're, like, near Krakow, but not in Krakow. As far as fitness goes, or fashion goes, and, like, aesthetics, maybe like a late 70s, mid 80s kind of deal. I could call this like a 1982, maybe? 98. Okay. That's really what people dress like in 1998, huh? Fair enough, I guess. I'm gonna guess that this is Vietnam. In front of a really important building. Wait a minute, this could be Vietnam War protests. Because it looks like it's in the 60s, 70s. And there's a lot of people who, and I mean this politely, look Western in this picture. This is Finland, actually. Like TTAA, that's classic Finnish. They'd be using double vowels all over the place. So I actually think this is like Helsinki, maybe in front of like a city hall. Probably not Helsinki Cathedral. Where's your city hall at? St. John's Church? No, not that either. Bunch of embassies? Probably not embassies. Helsinki Observatory? Probably not. I don't know. Probably close enough. And then if this is Vietnam War protests, could be like 1968? 1970. Actually insane to pick up that was Finnish. It saved our life. Next round me. And then we'll get back to doing some Guild Wars, but I can't stop mid event. No min fashion. This is 16th Asian Games. Asian Games, but it's in Cyrillic. Flag clues? Don't know what that flag is. This is possibly like a Kazakhstan or like a Uzbekistan or like a Mongolia, because they be kind of looking like step riders on horses, but it's in Cyrillic. Ashley Trans, heavy Cyrillic, bio juice, Coke. Coke signs makes me think it's like mid 90s. Because I don't really think any of the USSR satellite states would have like modernized that quickly. I just wish I had like one other piece of information to go off of. But I think I'm gonna have to say this is like a 1993 in one of the steppe countries. I think this looks too green to be, it looks too like not in the mountains to be a Tashkent. But I have absolutely no idea what I'm talking about. It's very important to preface it with that. I don't recognize any of these places in Kazakhstan, though. And I don't think it's like, I don't think we're fully in Mongolia, because then you'd start to see things in like Chinese. You'd see that influence creeping in. So I'm gonna say we're like here in 93, maybe? 2010. And it's in Mongolia. Okay, that's like really bad. An 1870 is not good. An 1870 is a shameful score, and as a result, a 32.5 is a pretty bad score as well. A time guesser over 40k is a good time guesser. That is not a good time guesser. It's not a bad time guesser, but it is not a good one either. Anyway, let's go find Kaolin and see what he's up to over here with WL. Close browser tab. I will say in squad chat, you're now had to finish time guesser. Sorry. Joining. And then I need to go find the White Lotus of the Mists Discord. That would be in my guild folders. And then I need to remember what their logo looks like. That's bags. Well, I can just look for people that have like mic icons next to them. I know I've played with WL before, so I should have it, but I don't immediately see it. So we're gonna have to go copy it. You. Add guild. Or add server. Join server. And then I'm gonna type this in and it's gonna go, you idiot, you're already in this. There we go. Cool. All right, we're in comms. Okay, and just heads up, I am streaming, but I'm not streaming comms. If you want me to not stream, that's also okay. Just let me know. Okay. Doing good. We ended a little early with K&T because our content ceased to exist, and then later we found out we just didn't know where Stab was. So the millisecond I was going to switch over to Factorio, I got a raid from Emmy, and I was like, oh god, I have to play Guild Wars 2 for another hour instead of Factorio. I'm joking. I was actually having fun, so it's nice to be able to play a little longer. What, Factorio or Guild Wars? Oh, that's fair, yeah. Don't do it, man. Factorio is like, you shouldn't be doing that kind of stuff if you have responsibilities. Yeah. That's impressive. All right, let's see what these guys are up to today. We do own SMC, so I can get my SMC weekly defense in here. I play with standard character models. Your fashion isn't going to be interrogated, don't worry. Now, if you have a Gotonic, on the other hand, this is OJ's gate. Okay. It's a lot of people, but very scattered. So we should just be able to push out of this. Take Veil, Unblockable, Stun, Spin. Alright, we can drop Shroud. We're not really in melee anymore. Can hop into melee here, and we can just start picking on people who are not near us. We can repair here. There's 173 supply. We can grab. I bet you want to attack a T3 Gary to try and draw a fight. I bet you're like scared and stuff. Yeah. Good dodge. Or to blink or staff or whatever it was. Can you at least take this yak though? Oh, what the heck? Okay. Nobody coming. I can save this gamer. Leave my friend alone. Oh, good. Acid bomb, I think that was. That is not going to move you away far enough, though. Is he really going for, like, Veloka instead of their... Oh, hey, group. I think they're just going to pull off, but still. Group. GAL gal? Sunny recently decided to take a break from the game, so you may see them around less. But he's on hiatus currently. I don't know if they have anybody else commanding in his place. Yeah, I think he's on break this summer, possibly longer. I'll go ahead and drop like wells here, I guess. And then I can come through. That's a banner. No, it's not a banner. That's just a rev. Drop Shroud, heal quick, personal stab. So I didn't look at who my supports are. SG tag. Possible Snebzor sighting. And then just convert the rest of these down to send it back to spawn with their friends. Good mist. See if I can get out of combat here. I doubt it with how close I am to this tower. But you never know. Yeah, no shot. All right. We're just gonna dump marks out front. Doesn't actually really contribute to anything, but it makes numbers pop up, and I like that. Holy, it's real hot in front. It's hot in front, careful. Insane pull. I don't think I'm going to be able to get that Scourge. I can't commit to that. Let's get in here and spin. I can't tell if I have a fan in the enemy group or if they just put a lot of range damage out front. Good evade. Evade while gliding? What? I don't think you have a mist again. Yeah, there we go. It is so hot. He has to be taking fire from the cannons. Oh, it's ACs. We're in like 4 ACs here. Yep. All right. He's noticing. He's noticing. Yeah, there's an enormous amount of siege in that tower. That's where all that damage is coming from. It's AC, mortar, cannon. There's like 2 more ACs in Lord's Room. Just gonna see if we can draw him into a choke here, I would assume. You might have some bloodthirsty people in the chat going like, hey, we can push, we can push. Like this guy. Close. Close, but not quite. Again. So unblockable. Low on stability, but let's get stability off. Good. Got at least 1 or 2 people, but it looks like they stun broke pretty quickly. I can probably get the Scourge? Yeah. I don't know if I can convert that Scourge, though. Because all of the siege is going to be getting trained on us right about now, I would say. Convert that, and then you, I think, have probably overstayed your welcome near our group. That's 1 dodge down. That's a good staff leap, though. That is going to get you to safety for now. This is just a couple ESPs stacking on the hill. I don't think that's anything particularly important to worry about with how big we are. This is potential pulls. Yeah, we can at least do this. Firebrand. Invert. Good. But can we help Chamomile on the tail? Good. I almost want to put Signet on. This is actually like decent practice for Signet resing. Like I saw that fairly easy and could have gotten it. Next time I get out of combat, I'm going to put Signet on. It's kind of miserable to run it on a Reaper, but I think they're just kind of like generally hazing tonight, so it's a decent opportunity to get some practice in. Just annoy ESP. Check their stab. They do have stab. Good. Good pull. Ooh, that's hot. That's an air signet, I think. That teleported me. There we go. Okay, we just need to sustain on here. Do not go into downstate again. Never mind. Roll the heal. Get your stability off. Start to recover yourself a bit here. Good interrupts. You can move some of those condies over. And then use your life force as much as possible to just pad your health up. Work on these. I think I can commit to these even though I'm not with my commander right now. Because I don't think he's going to push forward. Yeah, he'll come back to us a bit. We can convert that. We can just chill here. That's a Mechanist. That should be fairly soft. That's an interesting spot to leap to, my friend. I don't know that I personally would have gone there. It's a Shadow Refuge on top of them. I think they're going to get that up. Yeah, it looks like they did. I can just drop Wells here. Can I get that? No, I cannot get that. Way too many bodies near them. Yeah, that's gonna be a wipe. We got a little bit too far ahead of... Well, I got a little bit too far ahead in there. I needed to stick tighter on him just to keep him soaking damage effectively. As did everybody else who went into that tunnel early. Now, let's swap some things out here. Well of Corruption, Well of Suffering. Not super valuable when you are fighting somebody who's not stacked up. So I would much rather take like Spectral Grasp because I can make it unblockable, and then I can run Signet of Undeath so that I can try and help out other people who are taking damage. Take a little bit of heal food. I can grab nodes while I wait. New and we're curious about World versus World. Is it like a huge PvP thing? It is a huge PvP thing. I think it's actually closer to think about World versus World as like a PvE zone that has PvP enabled. There are groups that play World versus World that will try to avoid PvP. They'll just focus on capturing objectives. They'll focus on scouting enemy players rather than actually fighting enemy players. They'll kind of take up more support roles rather than directly fighting. But most groups that play World versus World are there because they want to fight other players, I would say. As far as like the mechanics of the mode, it is a single week-long PvP match that is broken up into 2-hour intervals that actually give you points. So at the end of every 2 hours, you earn score for like everything that you do. Every time you kill a player, you earn score. When you flip an objective, you earn score. When you defend an objective, you earn score. At the end of every 2 hours, the team with the highest score gets points. And then at the end of the match, the team with the most points moves up a tier and gets a different set of opponents. The team with the lowest score moves down, they get different opponents, and the team with the second most points just sits where they are. There's one thief in any of the groups on the left side of my screen. Are they kind of bad or something? A thief in the groups on the left side of my screen. I don't immediately know what you mean, but I'll try and keep an eye out for it. Are you talking about like in this window here or in one of these windows? I think it's a Deadeye symbol. This symbol here? Could also be, let's see, is there a Daredevil in here? Yeah, that's the only thief that we have in the squad currently. That's a Deadeye. So, Deadeye is good in World versus World, but there's different ways to play it. What we're playing right now is what most people would call a Zerg. It's, you know, me and currently 41 other people, and we're all kind of running around at the same time. And the idea of a Zerg is that it's kind of like running a raid or like difficult open field content or difficult open world content, where you have one firebrand in each party. You usually have one support in each party. Here it's a druid. Here they don't have one. Here it's a tempest. Here it's a druid. Here it's a druid. Here it's a tempest. Here it's a tempest. So like there's in PvE and in instances, you are trying to get quickness and alacrity in each party. In World versus World, you're trying to get stability in each party, which primarily comes from firebrands or from chronomancers. And you're also trying to get heals and condition clears in each party. And that's going to come from your druids, your tempests, your scrappers, and your vindicators, although it doesn't look like they have a vindicator tonight. And then for damage, you want things that are high spike damage. You want things like Hollowsmith. You want things like Untamed. You want things like Berserker. You want professions that can deal a lot of upfront damage so that you can put people into down state before their healers have a chance to heal them back up. And the reason that you don't see Deadeye in a lot of larger groups like this one is because Deadeye can't do any of those things effectively. It's not a good support profession, and it's an okay damage profession, but it's not as good a damage profession as the other damage professions that people use in these Zergs. Like, Hollowsmiths are full DPS. They are complete glass. Berserkers are full DPS. They are complete glass. Even if you run a complete glass Deadeye, you have trouble as a Deadeye competing with other professions that people run in larger squads. Where Deadeyes excel is they excel in smaller content. So if you're running with a group of like 5 of your friends, or you're running alone, especially when you're running alone, Deadeye is much better. Because the advantages that Deadeye has as a profession, like long-range projectile damage and stealth and the ability to kind of control when a fight happens and control when you disengage from a fight, are things that matter a lot more when your own squad is smaller or when you're by yourself. And that's true for a lot of other professions as well. Like the build that I'm playing currently, this Reaper build, isn't particularly good if I had to duel somebody 1 versus 1. It's not great for that. That's not really what it's built for. But it's pretty good at contributing to a larger squad. It does good damage, it removes a lot of boons from enemy players to make other damage more effective. It does a few things that make it valuable when you have a lot more players around you. So there's kind of like, there's different scales that you can play World versus World at. You know, you can play in big Zergs, you can play by yourself, you can play in like a little Havoc squad, and different professions and different builds become better or worse depending on the kind of World versus World that you're playing at that time. I know you said you were new, and that's kind of like a complicated answer to give to somebody who's new, but hopefully it made sense. And if you have any questions about it, I'd be happy to answer them. Finish that Lord off. Yeah, it's complex, but like, at the end of the day, if you find a tag who's relatively relaxed, and it's just like, you know, going out and running around, but not really taking things too seriously, like this group is tonight. This is White Lotus of the Mists, WL. You can play something like Deadeye. It's just if you're playing with a group that's starting to get really competitive and is looking to win fights and is looking to, you know, play competitively and come out on top competitively over other guilds, that Deadeye kind of starts to fall off as a profession that's useful in that context. But the best way to figure out what kind of World versus World you like is just to try a bunch of different things out, you know? Look up a build on Meta Battle, for example. Like, yeah, we're gonna get picked on the tail here. You can look up a build on Meta Battle to see if there's anything you like. You can look up a build on Guild Gen to see if there's anything you like. You can try a couple different builds out. You can see what you like. You can see what kind of scale you like. If you want to get into World versus World specifically, there are EU and NA community Discords that you can join. You can grab the links for those. And that'll help you, you know, you said you were playing alone. It'll help you find some other people who are playing if you wanted to join a guild or you wanted to just talk to a couple other people about, you know, like strategy or whatever. There's lots of resources available if you want to get deeper into it. I need to not be in this tail because I'm going to get ripped apart by all these red players. They're just waiting for somebody to fall behind exactly like this. But I've got decent movement skills, fortunately. I'm probably going to need help in the tail here, KO, when I got picked. Oh, never mind. They turned around. They saw that I had some friends with me. No. It's because I'm talking to chat. you can leave my ass behind, man. It does not matter. All right, let me grab you those links now that I'm safe with my tag and nobody can hurt me because I have my friends. Those are the links for the EU and the NA World versus World Discords. The one that you join is going to depend on the region that you play in. But you can find like guilds that are recruiting there. It's for a bunch of different scales. There's going to be Zerg guilds recruiting. There's going to be smaller guilds recruiting. And you can just kind of like talk about World versus World in general. So how's the PvP barrier of entry? You're generally PvE, but you did go hard in Arena. What was your Arena rating in WoW? Hopefully they haven't changed it since the last time I played Arena. Or, like, SPVP or whatever they called it in WoW. But I think I was like 1800, 1900, something like that when I played in Cataclysm. And the average World versus World player is probably like, if you took the average World versus World player and you put them into a WoW arena, they're probably like 14 and 15. There's a pretty high barrier of entry in terms of you really shouldn't play World versus World until you're level 80. And you probably shouldn't play World versus World until you have a full set of exotics. And there's a little bit of a barrier of entry because World versus World uses... let's just pop into Shroud here to live through that. To, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. It's a little hot on the gate. Alright, we're good. I'm gonna... that's an IOL. I'm gonna need help with that when it expires. Let me see if I can get out of combat. No shot. No shot. I am going to need to drop into Shroud here, and that might save me. Yeah, no, that's the IOL expiring. Okay, we're up. There's a pretty high barrier of entry in terms of, like, game mechanics. In terms of when you're ready to start playing World versus World. If you were 1800 to 2K in World versus World, or in World of Warcraft arenas, you will be just fine. There is nothing that goes on in Guild Wars 2, the World versus World, that you haven't really seen at that point. And actually, World versus World is a lot more straightforward. Like the idea of... it's basically everything in World versus World is PB AoE. There's very, very little single target that happens in larger scale fights. And everything is more about, like, ground fields and where to stand and where not to stand. But if you, like, know what line of sight is, you're probably already better than 40% of World versus World players. Realistically. And if you're 1800 in the WoW arenas, you absolutely know how to pillar dance. So, as far as like your level of knowledge, I would not worry about that at all. You will figure it out real quick. Is there a way to make the abilities more dim? It's amazing I can even know what's going on. I mean, like 90% of them don't matter is the thing. Like these big red circles that are appearing on the ground, they don't like really do anything. And even if they do, the closer you are to your allies, the better you're able to soak that damage. Like most skills in Guild Wars have a target cap. And if you have 40 people who are all standing in the same place, then it kind of gets spread out across all 40 people. There's really only a couple interesting ones that you want to be able to recognize, and I can point them out when I see them. Like, that's a pull. That's Mesmer Focus 4. You'll want to watch out for that one because it's going to pull you to where the enemy group is, and you don't really want that to happen. That's a Gravity Well. You really don't want to stand in that because it's going to CC your character if you don't have stability. I'm looking for DH Longbow 5 because that's another one of the big tell, and it's also one that you want to pay quite a bit of attention to. But like, for a lot of these fields, you can mostly ignore them. It's a lot of visual noise. That spinning set of blades is a Dragon Hunter trap. You probably also don't really want to stand in that one. A lot of it you can just ignore, though. Like, there's another DH trap, but it's nowhere near me, so I really don't need to worry about it. There's relatively little in the way of telegraphs when you're playing in a larger group. Now, if you're playing in a smaller group and you want to, like, duel people, it matters a lot. And in fact, it matters so much that you probably like want to play with sound on, because there are some abilities that have very distinct visual and audio cues. But outside of that, a lot of it you can ignore. Is there something like details in the game where you can see what killed you? Yeah, so I'm running an add-on right now called Arc DPS. And that's the windows here on the left and right that are kind of showing some different metrics for performance. It's basically like, you know, DPS logs or DPS meters for World of Warcraft, but also if I pop into... Hold on. I need to pay attention briefly for this. Yoink. Not quite, but I can... it's a good elixir. That's an engineer, and he became tiny. That's Elixir S, which is just like an invuln. It gives him an invuln window. It's like a very short duration pally bubble. I don't really see any fields or effects that matter here. DH traps in the back, but all this down here, I'm fine because I'm standing with my friends. I don't have to worry about any of that stuff at my feet. Don't really see anything at my feet here that's a problem. So I'm using, oh, there it is. That's Baby Gates. That was DH or Guardian Longbow 5, which is like a big CC that you can't walk out of. That's one you would want to pay attention to. Anyway, if I had my webcam, you can see that it is covering my chat log so that, you know, nobody types some heinous stuff in chat or anything like that. But if I go over to combat, I have a full log of all of the things that happened to me. And then the other thing that I can do to figure out if I died is I can click on myself in this Arc DPS window, and I can click on this eye for incoming damage, and it shows me what damage I've taken from different skills. And then what I can do inside of incoming damage is it's going to show me all of the things that are hitting me. So I've taken damage from Hunter's Ward, Barrage, and you can see that even though I'm on tag, I'm actually not getting hit by anything. And that's because I'm surrounded by a ton of other people, and they're also helping me soak all this damage. But if I were to click on, you know, Hunter's Ward, for example, it gives me this bar, and then the bar shows me at what time that happened. So if I wanted to figure out what killed me, I would wait until I died, and then I would open up my profile in Arc DPS, and I would look for, like, the thing that did the most damage to me. And I would see if that was the thing that hit me at the end of my life, or if it was just something that hit me in the middle of a fight. But that's usually what you can do. You only feel comfortable on guard, but you finish Legendary Heavy Armor. What do I recommend to work on next? Warrior or Rev? I would work... Well, it depends. Do you only do World versus World? Do you only do PvE? Or do you want to do a little bit of both? Or SPVP, I guess, but like gear really doesn't matter that much in SPVP. That's browser tab. That's webcam. If you play both World versus World and PvE, I think that having Revenant as an option is fairly powerful because Revenant has access to Alacrity, and Guardian and Warrior don't really. So it would make it a lot easier for you to play things like, you know, Alack Renegade or Alack Vindicator after the upcoming patch in instance PvE groups. On the other hand, if you are primarily playing World versus World, I think you'd probably want to think about Warrior, because Spellbreaker and Berserker are both pretty good right now. And you'd probably be spending more time playing those if you are playing World versus World specifically. I think you would get more mileage out of those. Yeah, you can talk to Fuchi about Mesmer, man. Trying to play Chrono in World versus World does my head in. I just can't get my head around Time Warp. It's so complicated. I mean, it's not. It's like you press a button, and then when the button isn't pressed anymore, you get all your stuff back, but it's complicated. When you PvP'd in WoW, you mainly played Enhancement Shaman. Had some success healing. Also Shadow Priest, but you just want to, like, play something real straightforward. I should get back to my tag here. I'm so far away from my tag. Enhancement Shaman and Shadow Priest. Yeah, that's kind of a mix, because, like, Enhancement Shaman can mix it up in melee, and you kind of want to mix it up in melee. But I don't think Shadow really does that. At least it didn't when I played. Like, the last time I played competitive World of Warcraft was Cataclysm. And the game has changed a lot since then, I imagine. So it's entirely possible that those professions are completely different now. Mostly World versus World, but your guild's been starting to do more raids and fractals recently. What alliance am I in right now? It's complicated. So, I am an ArenaNet partner, and one of the things that ArenaNet partners can do in World versus World is they can transfer teams. So, the alliance that I'm in is the Cornerstone Alliance. I am the Necro class lead and one of the offers for the Guild Knights of the Temple specifically. But I'm currently, and we're on Tombs of Draskir right now. But tonight, we finished our raid early, so I went to go play with Kaowin and White Lotus of the Mists. They are on Ludegarde's Conservatory. So our raid ended, and I just transferred over to play with them instead. Just stick some marks here. If anybody walks up close, they'll get exploded by all these. Like that. Good interrupt, good interrupt. I wish that I had Greatsword on right now. They're gonna hard push on this, man. So give me this. I'm just gonna sit in Shroud, and I want to find somewhere relatively safe to stand. That looks like we're fine. Just get out of the way of that trap, and then finish that down. That's really hot on us all of a sudden. What the heck is that? Can I signet here? No, I can't even hit. What was that? Incoming damage. Oh, that's a cannon. There's a cannon firing. It's that cannon. That cannon needs to go. That's going to be a ton of incoming damage here. Okay, when we're getting shredded by that cannon at the end of the ramp. Yeah, it's cannon. It's cannon. Yeah, we got to get out of the way of that thing. So, there is, I don't know if you're saying, what does that mean to Fuchi or Kaowin, or to me, but there is, we're inside of a tower right now. Like, we're inside of an objective. And objectives have defensive siege associated with them. So this cannon down here, if you are on the red team, because that's who controls this tower, you can man that cannon, and you can fire that cannon. on analog would be like demolishers and winter grasp, where like you can get into a vehicle and then it gives you an extra set of skills. And in this case, cannons are really, really good at killing enemy players. So one cannon does about as much damage as like 5 or 10 players, and it does it to everyone. So when we were standing in that spot there and I was like, oh my god, what in the world is hitting me right now? I'm taking so much damage. That was the cannon firing. That's how much damage a cannon does to a group if you just sit there and take it. So I hopped onto comms quick and I was like, because I didn't know if Kaowin saw it, if our commander saw it, I was like, man, we are getting demolished by this cannon right now. You might want to be careful. I think I can get this res buff. These circles, they're either, I think they're like that arrow cart, but they could also be like a Ranger Longbow 5. But again, like, they didn't do anything to me. You could see my health. It was not changing. There's some stuff that you have to be really, really scared of, and then there's some stuff that you can just mostly ignore. Which character just blows their whole load at once? Berserker kind of, but Berserker doesn't really blow its whole load at once. Berserker has one phase where you do a lot of damage, and then it has one phase where you do almost nothing. You know what you might actually like is, it's not good, but it's not bad, is DPS Catalyst. Let me grab the meta beta build for that. I'm almost certain it's going to be like a lower tier build. It's a dumb build, but it is like a one-trick damage pony, and then you kite for like 20 seconds until your cooldowns come back up. So I would like... You can play it to mess around on, but I think a lot of people are going to look at you sideways if you try and play it with a good group. Something like that is probably pretty close to, like honestly, in terms of it does a bunch of upfront damage and then it like fricks off for a bit, but also in terms of you're dealing damage with the elements. And also in terms of you can be pretty melee heavy if you want to be, but you can also mess around from range. I think DD damage Kata might actually be really similar to Enhancement Shaman. Alright, that is insane. You should not try and res that person there, because these people are going to come and bother you. Do not try and be a hero when there are this many enemies around. Good pull. Good yoink. Staff Cat is so simple a 2-year-old could play it. I mean, it is. It's like Meteor Shower, Elite, Meteor Shower, the Staff 2, run away for 20 seconds, and then reset. I guess there's like stuff that you can do in Air Attunement or whatever, but like I don't really mess around with all of that. I'm a Meteor Shower Andrew. Berserker is definitely the most typical of the three. Untamed is, like, people thought it was going to be good after the last balance patch, and it's okay. It's actually, okay, so Untamed is a lot better in smaller scale. If you're going to play with, like, 5 or 10 right now, Untamed is really, really good. Like, probably one of the best damage professions right now. If you're going to play in 30 to 40, it really starts to fall off. It doesn't perform quite as well in larger groups. But yeah, if you want to do small scale content, Untamed rocks if you're playing with like 10 other people. Or even 5. Berserker is good if you're running with like 20 plus. Spellbreaker is also pretty good if you're running 20 plus. And then Catalyst is like, you're taking your life into your own hands, and hopefully you know what you're doing. It's not bad, it's just like, you're gonna have to explain yourself to people. I'll be grabbing nodes of all those camp flips. Okay. Unblockable. Hole. Stab. Bonk, bonk, bonk. Don't you dare try and get around that corner. I see you. Let me mention Chronomancer and Firebrand as supports. What job is the Firebrand? So there are, there's 3 kinds of supports in World versus World. The first support is boon support. So, I mean, you've played enough Guild Wars 2 to be familiar with, like, the boon system, right? The idea of a primary support, like a Firebrand or a Chronomancer, is to give you stability. Stability is as important, if not more important, to World versus World as things like quickness and alacrity are in PvE. Because if you have stability, you can't be crowd controlled. So all of these enemy groups are spitting out crowd control effects. They're putting lines on the ground that we can't cross. They're putting, you know, Guardian Longbow 5 down. They're using stuns off of, like, Warrior Hammer F1. All of those CC skills are coming out. And you need stability in order to not get stunned by them. So that's Firebrand's primary job. But then your job is also to give out things like resistance, so that you can't be immobilized, or you can't be chilled, or you can't be crippled, or you can't be blinded, etc. And that's your primary role, is making sure that the other 4 people in your party have good defensive boons at all times. That's also the job of a Chronomancer. Chronomancer is the other primary support profession that you can play right now. And then there are secondary support professions. Secondary support professions right now are Scrapper, Tempest, Druid, and Vindicator. And the role of a secondary support is if your party has conditions on them, or if your party is taking damage, your role as a secondary support is to remove those conditions and to heal your party members up to full. You're usually, like, not amazed. This is 4 minutes invuln Doliac? Jesus. Alright. Your like, sometimes you give defensive boons out, but it's not really, like, your job. The same way that Firebrand and Chronomancer can heal and can remove condies, but it's not really their job. And then your third support, your tertiary support, isn't necessarily something that every group uses, but it's things that aren't really primary or secondary support. In the last balance environment that we had, this would have been Scourge, where Scourge would apply barrier to people. It works exactly the same way that it does in SPVP in World of Warcraft. It's extra health on top of your health so that you can't get spiked down. And it was really, really good, and it ended up getting nerfed, and now people don't really play Scourge anymore because you don't need barrier. But there's times in the meta that those tertiary support professions will exist. We're not really in one right now, but it's not, like, unheard of for that to happen. Do Mesmers have any good DPS builds? Yeah, Fucha's got you. Like, the Vert is very similar to Untamed, where it's good in 5s, 10s, and 15s, but is not great in 40s. There's just better stuff to play in 40s. But that's pretty much it. Like, it's Vert and, like, nothing else. Probably play one class until you know the ropes and understand your character. It's kind of that, but there's also a lot of stuff in World versus World that cuts across characters. Like, it doesn't matter what profession you're playing to learn how to dodge, for example. And your dodge utility is the single most important DPS utility that you have. You have it on every profession, but you also want to use it on every profession. And just knowing, like, what kind of area on the ground you need to dodge out of and what kind of area on the ground you can ignore is like probably the single biggest skill for playing World versus World successfully, no matter what size your group is. And you can learn that on any profession. It really doesn't, there's not really a profession that lends itself better to learning how to dodge. That's just something that you're going to learn no matter what. That's a horrible shroud too, no matter what you're playing on. But outside of that, yeah, it probably does help to stick to one profession until you're familiar with that profession's basics. And then move on to another profession. Especially, like, I would play one support and I would play one DPS, just so you can kind of see it from both sides. So the way that you think about those roles is pretty different. And yeah, in solo, it's a different equation entirely. Like, I'm mostly talking about groups because groups is what most of what I do. But in solo, there's a lot more builds that work. It comes a lot more down to your individual knowledge of how other professions work, to know like what skills to dodge and what skills to not dodge, or even like to bait cooldowns out from somebody who you're fighting against. It depends a lot on like what scale of World versus World you're playing. Just keeping an eye on Marvin the Martian to make sure he gets in. He's definitely getting opened up on by some people in this tail. I'm just going to try and stun those guys so they leave him alone. Off we go. "90% of Sea Guilds run Scourge." Yeah, but are they running DPS Scourge or are they running Minstrel Scourge? Because I think DPS Scourge is fine and Minstrel Scourge is like heavy question marks energy. I do not think Minstrel Scourge is very good right now. It was great when Transfuse was good and Barrier was good, but now that they're both dead, it's awful. DPS Condi? I can see that. I mean, like, I personally prefer Reaper, but I don't think DPS Scourge is bad. Gonna get ready to toss a Signet here. Chamomile's probably gonna need help in tail here. I've got a Signet ready. Cancel it. Yeah, you're chilling. Alright. But like this, don't commit to the tail further than you need to right now. You're gonna get torn apart by all these random players who are just waiting for somebody to fall off stack. Like, I think one of the things that makes World versus World interesting to me is that it's not just solo players versus solo players, and it's not just like Zergs versus Zergs. Red is not a Zerg right now. They probably have one commander, and that commander probably has like 15 people in squad. We have a commander that has 45 people in squad. But they have counterplay against our squad if anybody falls off stack. It gives them the opportunity to pick people off, it sends them back to spawn, they have to run back to us, we're gradually getting ground down, we're blowing all of our cooldowns. And because our squad is constructed around doing a lot of spike damage, and not really putting out a lot of, you know, haze damage or, you know, scattered range damage, we don't really have a way to fight against them effectively. So it's like, there's times when it's just like two groups of 30 smashing into each other, and then, you know, one person decides they won and they just pull off. That's an element of World versus World, but the other element of World versus World is that all of these different play styles and all of these different groups and all these different strategies are like existing in the same sandbox at the same time. And that's neat to me. Might not be everyone's cup of tea, but it's neat to me. Dude, he's zooming. He's off like a shot. Red has been doing some questionable plays last 2 hours. I mean, I don't think that Red is really being led right now. I think it's just a lot of people who are kind of, you know, clouding around the same space.